Hello from Philadelphia. I'm Marilyn Stubblebine. I'm both delighted and grateful to have two of my artist books selected for the exhibition Mixed Messages. First book I'd like to talk about is an accordion book in which the text is on used paperback pages, has been painted over, and the pages mounted on v.13 paper. The full title is Thoughts On, in the Universe, Day and Night, in the Universe, Thoughts On. And they are the only words in the book. However, an ellipsis from the text is laid bare on one of the pages, and another ellipsis that I printed out punctuates the end. The question I ask myself is, how do I express that everyday feeling of being and doing on a small planet in a vast universe? I responded for this book with the language of geometric shapes and acrylic colors, black, white, and blue. Let's see here. I should add that choosing geometry and color aligns with my painting and drawing practice, in which I focus on geometric abstraction and color. The geometric shapes are mainly determined from the outline of paragraphs with additional shapes added. Penciled lines, which you probably can't see very well, but they were drawn as my unique responses to each page, perhaps noting, understanding, or reinforcing important points as one might pencil in while reading a book. As for the three color choices, I imagine them to represent the universe, earth, consciousness. What color symbolizes each of the three? I see ambiguity there. A mixed message, if you will. Sometimes I see the blue areas as the sky above, and at other times it becomes the mystery of the universe. Or is the black symbolizing the beyond? Or does black stand for all that humans don't know? In any case, the whole mirrors back my wonder, my awe, and is a measure of my ability to take it all in. The mystery, day and night, in the universe. The next book I'd like to talk about is called Contemplation, parenthesis, N period for Mountain. It's another accordion book with used paperback pages, again mounted on v.13 paper made during the COVID epidemic. What to do? Advice was often unclear, contradictory, recommendations kept changing. How to respond? Well, one way was to create a book. By some mysterious neural pathway, I connected basic plans for daily adaptation to COVID with illustrations in a book on Greek architecture from an introductory art history class of so many years ago. Here are some of the images. Images from a pottery, and this is from a floor tile, octopus. And then, of course, we have plans, map. And on this page, we have models of houses, temples, and again, a layout plan for possibly a temple. And then we had the ruins of a capital. By reflecting on these various images, I then associated certain ones with applicable words like care, plan, models, and revive. Set to work. For example, I drew and painted the illustration of broken pottery as repaired. Using examples of Greek temple plans, I simplified them into a collage on graph paper. Symbols of the elemental act of making a plan. The word remains connects to the ruin of a capital I reimagined to demonstrate valuing the past, valuing the knowledge to be preserved. To signify the helpfulness of making following models, I simplified the illustrations of houses, temples. I paired the illustration of an octopus on a floor tile with the word revive, to reimagine, bring back, revitalize steps going forward. And on the last page, I included the etymology of the word contemplation, the book title, taken from etymonline.com. The earliest meaning from circa 1200 Old French is religious musing. Embedded in this quote-unquote noun of action is the word temple, templum in Latin, which I visualize today as understanding the word contemplation to take place in our consciousness, having migrated from an quote-unquote an area for the taking of auguries. So why make books, arts with used paperback pages, paper that is often suffering from foxing, wrinkling, deterioration, general disrepair? I asked that question to myself and wrote it on my blog, about it on my blog, why not artblog.wordpress.com. Of course, reusing, repurposing used objects does support environmental concerns. And then my interest in using paperback pages with newsprint quality goes back years when, for some reason, I decided to paint a page from a used paperback with cadmium red medium acrylic paint. I love the slickness, the rises and dips of the paper, the fact that I could touch it, run my fingers over the surface, twist it. This led me to use newsprint in collages I was making at that time, and then years later I connected that experience in the making of book arts. When I am using paperback pages as a surface for painting, I find myself becoming a caretaker, treating the paper with a gentler hand and attitude, tending to it, taking care of it. The paper is fragile. It's aging with all its little tears and wrinkles and discolorations. I like giving the used pages a different life, with the understanding that, although it's not going to last forever, it can carry a message of the possibility of infinitude or change, a message of mystery.